Hello dear friends of Dalatole Arte, be welcome. Today we're going to be learning about shadows. We're going to do shadows. It's very interesting. Shadows are really related to the light, so if there's no light, there's no shadow. This is a video it's a special petition from one of our subscribers. His name is Ernesto Altudano. Please let's greet him and his family. So let's start our video. We're going to start from the basic. The basic will be the light. And we need to define what's the angle or where the light comes from. We are going to be shading a little bit and fading a little bit. The first object we are going to be drawing, it's a sphere. We don't want to leave a very dark deep shadow because it will look like a square. The first thing is we need to decide where the light comes from, or the angle of the light, where the light starts to reflect against the object. Then we do an accent. So here is where we accentuate the shadow, or it's a very dark deep shadow. It's called accentuate. Now if you can see here, I left it a little bit more clear. Why? It's the opposite side of the light. So look, it could be the contrary. You could say there's no light in that side, so it should be dark. So why that happened? Well, it's because the light actually does not turn, or does not go like spinning or twisting, but the light reflects on every other object near the area. It could be dust particles or any other object. This effect can be seen here in this image, the same effect of the light reflecting against other particles or objects. In Arnold Schwarzenegger triceps, the dark part of his body where the light does not reach, it's a little bit clearer because the light reflects. Now let's draw some shadows on a different object, which is like in a square. Let's say that the light comes from this side. So the opposite side will be the darker side. This side over here also has a shadow, but it's a very light shadow because it's close to the light reflection. So the opposite side of the light is the one that we will leave darker. So this one here is where the light nearly reaches the object, so we will leave a little shadow. And where the shadow reflects from the object, we are going to shade it a little bit. Let's try with a different object. Let's do a sink sheet. You know, the sheet from the roof. Now the light will come from this side of the object. So this is the first side where the light reflects or hits the object. So we have light in this side, and this side. So we have a little bit of shadow in the other side or the opposite side where the light hits the object. Let's try with a triangle. It's a little bit easier because the light hits this side of the triangle and the opposite side is the dark side. But now the shadow reflects. We decide what's the direction where the light hits the object, and we have the shadow. Now let's try this with a person, with a human body. When we do the human body, the light comes from this side. This is the angle of the light, so the shadow, we need to decide where the shadow will reflect on the person's body. So we start to see little by little how the light hits or reach the body, and we start drawing some shadows on the person's body or the person's muscles, depending on where the light hits or reaches the body. Now, in this abdomen, we are going to shade a little bit where the light does not reach the body, so where we don't have any light. And this little part of the body, this little part of the muscle, we are going to use the eraser so we can fade the shadow a little bit. We clean the muscles of the abdomen so we can see the difference between where the light hits and where the light builds the shadow. The face is also a part of the body that has a lot of shadow because the light does not reach every single part of the face, like the eyes or near the mouth or the neck. There are a little bit of shadow because the light does not reach that area. Now some persons have different types of faces. Some faces have big chins or the mouth, the nose. So there you go. We have finished our test. Dear friends, I hope this is very helpful for you. I hope you can learn a lot from this. This was shadow and shading class, part 1. You can wait for the next part. I hope you really like this video. As always, I want to share some greetings and say hi to some of my subscribers. The third one, look this talent. Wow, what a talent. Angelisa Valbarro. She is my third subscriber. Very special greetings for her. A really special greetings to my brother, Ken Terencio. Daniel Calderon and his wife from Mexico. They are my subscribers. Very special greetings for you guys.